look at all the measurements for Fabrica, we want to make sure that it's, it's Ariel and not Pampers appearing on the Fabrica. So that's for brand and business units. Then the shipping region, and there you would choose from the pick list as well. Here it is important to consider this is not where you are located. This is not where you are sitting, but this is where you will be shipping, your artwork to. So you might be a company, working and sitting in North America, but your product is for Europe. So in this case, you would have to choose Europe. Do you have any questions? Because I hear some noise in the background. If not, can you please put yourself back into mute? Thank you. So there was no question, unless anyone has a question so far, obviously. Nope. Okay, so mandatory fields, IPMS, dependent color standard, brand, business unit, shipping region. You have variant and EAN codes. Those have no red asterisks. It means you don't have to provide the information, but if for a reason or another, it helps, you to identify better the artwork, you are more than welcome to fill this information in. What comes next, and what is obviously very important for a CCJ request, is then to provide the right profile for this artwork 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there you can choose between search my profiles, which would actually be your specific printer profiles. So you click on the button, and well, for this test, I only have one. We've created only one profile, but here you would typically see all of your profiles that we have for your company and that we have uploaded into the ICC profile. So you will only get to see your profiles, not the profiles from the other printers and not from the other sites. That's why at the start, it's important to select, the right site. You will need to select the one you need for the artwork. You just tick the box and then click on select to make your selection valid. So this coated photograph 39 is now linked to my artwork. That's if you're using your own profile. If you are using a standard industry profile, then you would rather click on this button, use a standard profile, and you can either choose one or the other. Obviously, you cannot, you cannot choose two profiles. And here you would have, more standard profiles. You would select the one that is appropriate for your artwork, and you would select it. You have now inputted information for one line, but you probably have more than one artwork to print. To add more lines to the form, you would click again here on the button New, and the system will generate a new line. You can see that it kept the dependent color standard, brand, business unit, and shipping region, which you can keep as is if you're, again, printing for Ariel, and that it's, this same dependent color standard. But obviously you can also change it. And you will always have to enter the IPMS number because this is a unique number. So that's one way to add a line, simply by clicking on the new button. You have another way to actually duplicate the information, which would be to click on this little icon here that is to the right. Not sure if you can see my cursor here, the two little square with a plus inside. This is to completely duplicate the information. So while the new only kept part of the information, see here, didn't select the profiles. If I fully duplicate the information, it's going to copy really and duplicate everything. So you see here, I used to have my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with my Grackle 2006. I now have a third line with the exact same information, and it copied the profile. Here, obviously, we would need to change the IPMS number because this would be a different one. And maybe the rest of the information, is the same. So 2 ways to add lines: clicking on the new button or using the duplicate document functionality down here. Once you've done, when you're done entering all of your IPMS and information, in order to submit and send your request, you will have to click on the Create Project button here in the bottom left corner. If you forgot something, the system will prompt it out and will show you actually what is missing. So first it's informing you that, okay, the ICC profile was not filled out. And it will highlight it in yellow to actually show you the area where the information is missing. And indeed, we forgot here to add actually the profile. So you would have to choose your profile before you can resubmit your request. And if you don't get any error message at this stage, then it means that, it's all fine and that it was sent. So this is the first way to submit your CCJ request, by using the form within Web Center. Do you have any questions on this option? Is everything clear? Can you actually hear me? Let me just see. Did someone send a message here? No, it's not you. Okay, just wanted to make sure you were all still with me. Although I don't hear you. Are you all still there? Just if someone could please answer back.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Now, I'm just checking because sometimes my line is cutting and I'm talking, and I realize I'm just talking to myself. So just wanted to make sure. Okay, good. So this was for the first options. Let me refresh the page so that I can show you the second way to submit your CCJ request. So again, the site will be mandatory to fill in your email address as well. And then instead of clicking on the new button here, what you would do is here to the question, would you like to import an Excel? You would tick this box and you will see that this piece will disappear and it will generate another view where you can find an Excel file. So we do provide through the system a template Excel. It is important every time you place a request to download this template and to download it every time. So do not ever reuse a template, from a previous request. Always download this template each and every time you want to use this functionality. And to download, it's very easy. You just click on this button with the arrow down and then save it onto your computer. The reason why you should never reuse the form, it's because it has some macros behind. And when we open it up, and you will see, it will ask you for very specific credentials. These credentials are the ones that the end-to-end artwork support will be sharing with you when confirming that your Web Center account has been created. And these credentials will actually load for you the information that is relevant for your company, so that you only get to see when you open up the Excel file the information